Hello, and welcome to another episode of Casual Citizen, where we keep it casual in the verse. My name's Steven. I'll be keeping it casual with you today. So, I got access to the tech preview, and I thought, let's do a nice casual overview of engineering. So, let's load on up and head on out. Alright, so we're in the C1. And this took me a few minutes to find this. But here is the engineering terminal. And I've just called up this ship fresh so that there is... So this is exactly what you'll see when you load up. So what you'll see first is a bunch of notifications. And this is because I just spawned this ship. And so all these things are here. But we don't need any of those, so we're going to delete those. Okay. Alright, and so we have a 3D view here. It's going to show each room. And the temperature. Nothing special here. And then it's going to show each component. So we got our power plant there. Got our cooler there. Shield generator. And our weapons. So it's pretty simple, pretty basic. Nothing too confusing. Nothing too challenging to get to wrap your head around. And yeah, you have some customization if you want to turn things on or off. Yeah, the doors are kind of, you know, right. Okay, the door does have L2. That's cool. But you can close it. I didn't know that. All right. So the few things I want to test out in this video. I want to see how we can damage these in some combat, and also just by overheating them. And I also want to see what kind of wear and tear we can expect, because I think for most players, the wear and tear is the question mark, because I intend to do cargo hauling. And how much wear and tear is that going to cause? I don't intend to get into combat most of the time, and so I want to see. And just sitting here for 5 minutes, I've already lost 0.5%, so you can do the math on that. But so if we come in here to settings, we got our power over here on the left. These are all the power points that we have. And so let's just start adding them, and you'll see very quickly that the cooling gets overwhelmed, right? And so we need to raise that. Okay, we want the radar turned on. Okay, again, cooling is overwhelmed. We're gonna want the weapons on, so that's okay. We're gonna want shields all the way up. Oh, is that frozen? Tech preview. We're gonna want shields all the way up. Okay, so you can see it's already overheated. And so let's just go with this very quickly here. If you get your pips to where, or sorry, your power points where you like them, right? This is overextended or over allocated. So let's see if that comes down. Let's turn this off for a second here. Come on, cool down. Come on, cool down. Okay. Okay. So if you have the coolant turned all the way up to high, you can use all of the power points that you have, at least by default. All right. So I just want to show you one last thing here, which is presets. Let's delete this. Yeah, let's just make a new preset. Show you what that looks like. So let's say Yeah, just like we just did, you want a combat focused one. Okay, cooling all the way up. Radar on, that to 1. We don't need that. We don't need that. We want our shields all the way up. We just need one of that, and we want this all the way. And then save. All right, it's just that simple, and apply. And then let's say you want one that's more speed focused. Again, cooling all the way up. All the way up, all the way up, off. This is maxed out, and then we just have one like that. Save, apply. So you can just switch between those presets very quickly if you are managing the engineering tab. Yeah, it's a little bit fast. It's kind of a quick overview. So, in the time that I've spoken, okay, we have lost a little bit more than 0.5%. So, let's go do a combat mission and see what happens here. Let me close the door. All right, so before we head out, okay, actually, let me show you it this way because this is the default setting that was there. Preset. Okay, so this preset is going to be guns all the way up, and the only one actually. Anyway, okay, we've set it on the engineering terminal, and now it should replicate on the computer here. Yes, okay, so that is replicated here on the computer. So if you have a secondary player who is at the engineering terminal, they can adjust the power management and that will show. Also, very quickly, before we head out, everyone does now have this diagnostics panel, and in here you're gonna have the health of all the items. We have the thrusters here, placeholder. We got the maneuver thrusters there, the missile racks, the power plant, the quantum drive, which is currently turned off, the radar, the shear grip, which is also turned off, and the cannons. And you know, you can turn things off from here. Okay. Surprisingly, it's not that challenging. It's not that difficult to wrap your head around. You know, spent a couple minutes with it. I felt pretty good. The only thing that everyone is going to have to adjust is this. You have to use your cooler to its full extent. You have no choice. There's no more, you know, setting it to 1 and then going max speed or whatever. All right, setting all your weapons to high and killing this. No, you can't do that anymore. Your ship will overheat. And I'll show you that after we do a little mission here. I want to acquire, get some damage on my ship. I'll show you what that looks like. So let's take a bounty hunter mission. I've done a few of these. Let's just take this one here. Razor's Edge. All right. So
you are clear to launch.
We'll see you over there.
Thank you, and please visit again.
So, my system's overheating here, so let's just go and check this. Jeez, do you guys hear that? I hear the fire starting. Okay. Alright, so what happened is... Jeez. I switched to quantum mode, and when I hit that, I had not taken the time to set up, you know, how much power would be used, and so it didn't use full cooling. So let's turn this off. Let's turn that off. Oh, let's actually not turn off engines. Let's watch me fall in the sky. Okay, we're good. Alright. So the system is cooling down. Yeah, you gotta be careful. It's sensitive. Alright, this is not cooling off, so what we're gonna do... Let's check the 3D map. Okay, the temperature is coming down. Temperature is coming down. Alright, the temperature is coming down in all of these. And there are... Oh, look at that. The life support component. Okay. Alright, well, just in case, because I hear this. Where's the life support component? Let's open these up. Alright. Well, this is a graphical glitch. The fire is not showing. So we're going to pretend we don't hear that. Just keeping it casual. Alright, if we look at the components here, nothing? Yeah, nothing has been damaged. So, we should be good. Just waiting for this to cool off here for a second. Alright, let's... Can't turn on the shields, Dave. Again, I hear the fire. Don't see it. Settings. Shields. Cannot turn them on.
Shields on.
Okay. That I could not change from the panel. I needed to do it at the computer. Okay. In any case, that's good information to know. You know, this is a tech preview. It's only in a certain number of ships. I'm flying the C1 because I tried to go to Lorville and buy a Zeus because I would have preferred that. But you can't buy ships in Lorville. That's how messed up the patch is. And the C1 Spirit and the C1... Sorry, the A1 and the C1 are the only ones that are like normal ships that have components. If you look at the ship list, I have a Polaris, but you know, I don't really. Everyone's gonna make a video about the Polaris during this tech preview. So, and yes, before we get any further into it, if you would like a more detailed science-based overview, I highly recommend Foxy Loxy's video. or a series of videos because they are fantastic. But let's come in here. I will say the game seems to look better. There's supposed to be a new kind of, global illumination, new kind of lighting setup. Seems nice. All right, let's see if we can take this guy out. Let's let him hit us a little bit. Okay, got some hits on us. Oh. Obviously, don't fly your ship like this. You'll die. All right. Before we move on out of here, let's go check if we sustained any damage. We did take a few small hits there. Still hear that fire burning. Can't see anything now. Alright, let's go to the 3D overview. Nothing. 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 Health. 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 Check the doors. Health. Alright, it seems we didn't take any damage at all. So let's do one more and try and get some damage. So, I'll see you guys over there. Come on, look at that. That's insane. It's pretty casual.
Contact. Shields on.
Alright, so we got this guy here. We are gonna let him do a little bit more damage on us. Okay, we got some hits. Alright, now he's getting some hits on us.
Failure.
Oh. Alright. I think that is going to be the end of that test. Let's come around and try and deal with this guy. System is overheating. We're in the middle of combat. It's really hard to focus on more than one thing.
Shields off.
Oh. Wow. Guys. That's it. It overheated. See if we can figure out the culprit before we die. Come on, open the door. Open the door. Oh my God. Show it to me. Okay, the door is busted. Let's turn off show emergencies. Turn off the door. Alright, that's... yeah. The ultraflux is on fire. Oh! Did we survive? What happened? Wow. We survived. But we are trapped in here. Okay. So we've survived. Let's see though. There should be an option to do a repair. So let's see if we can do that. Diagnostics. Can we not do that without power? Off, on. Huh. We can't do a repair on them. Off. Smoke detected from power plant. Alright, so we can't do a repair. Let's just check one last time back here. Okay, we're gonna clear out some of these so we can get an overview. So there's a bunch of problems. The health that's been down. I will just say the wear and tear is down to 97.7, so what we've lost like 2% in a short time. It's getting warm in here. The cargo bay's temperature is fine. Let's see if we show the doors. We can open that door. We can open that door. We can open that door. Okay. So we can get out. Oh no. Okay. And then I can put this fire out. Well, here you go, guys. Here's the fire. Here it is. Nice and casual. Nice and casual. See if we can put it out. Huh, it's not going out. Let's see here. See if we just keep blasting it. No. Interesting. Obviously, I've experienced a fire earlier today and was able to put it out, no problem. It could be that the door's open and so excess oxygen is coming in. Could definitely be a possibility. It really doesn't like this. It is getting a okay, that's interesting. It does have like a temperature reader. There's nothing we can do. The cooler's dead. Can we turn the engines back on? No. Shields on. Life support? We can't put on life support. We can't put on... Yeah, we can't put on anything. Let's just check one last time if we can repair from the cockpit. And then we're gonna backspace. Oh. Alright, so I clicked repair all, and that is giving us a countdown on the power plant. So let's go see in the meantime, while we're waiting the 1 minute, if we can try and put out this fire. You know, we're just working it out here in real time. Close. Interesting. That forces the closure. That's cool. All right, that's a good piece of information to know. Another good piece of information to know is that this is not working. All right. Let's see. It should be repaired. Let's see if it'll let us fly out of here. All right, that's repaired.
Engines on. Systems off.
All right.
Industries.
No.
A journey worth.
We are dead in the water. Okay. Well then. All right, let's head back. We'll see you over there. Kinda like that new helmet animation. All right, I think we're gonna call it here actually, because that was interesting. You really cannot ignore, in its current state anyway, when you have a problem with engineering. If your shields go out, if it's getting too hot, if the power plant goes out, I mean, you have to focus on that, even if you're in the middle of combat. And so I'm very curious, what are the actual rates when this goes live, you know, probably in the first quarter of next year. Obviously, this has to be implemented in all the ships before they put it in live. I mean, they might put it in the live server without that, but I don't think that they will until it can be implemented in all the ships, or at least more than the 70 or so that it has right now. So, yeah, I'm very curious if these are the rates that damage to your ship causes malfunctions. It's pretty aggressive. It's definitely gonna change how we all play Star Citizen. And one thing I'm also looking forward to understanding more is the wear and tear, because it really hasn't attributed to the repair costs in my previous tests, so in my previous play sessions. So I'll be curious how just doing random cargo hauling missions plays out. All right, I'm rambling a little bit because there's a lot to process. I hope you guys enjoyed that small overview, small little play test, just to kind of show you where it is. It's definitely not in a finished state, but it's definitely exciting, and I'm definitely curious to see and read what you all have to say down in the comments. So let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you've enjoyed this video and others of mine, please consider subscribing. This has been Steve, keeping it casual in the verse. We'll see you in the next one. Peace!